The start is the most critical part of the race. That's why all of the intensity, that's why they're concentrating so hard. When the board goes sideways, we're 5 seconds minimum, about 8 seconds max before that gate will drop.
And there they go. The Astrodome Supercross is underway to charge into turn number 1. Matasevich and Bradshaw, handlebar to handlebar. They're a couple of young rivals. Who's going to come out of this with the lead? Bradshaw gassing it over the big jump, charges into the advantage. He blew the start in the heat. He blew the start in the semi. He aced the start in the main event, and that's when it matters. Everybody else drug out behind him. Did I see Jean-Michel Bale dead last? I think so. We'll check on him in a moment. Here is the battle for third. Number 111, Stefan Everett, the new European and American Supercross. Behind him doing battle, Mike Kedrowski and Jeff Ward, the Kawasaki teammates. Lap 1 in the dome, and the leader is Damon Bradshaw.
Actually, Dave, the start that Bradshaw just got, the best one this season. In Orlando, he did not start well, had to move through the traffic to finish fourth. I think he's trying to rectify that situation here in Houston.
Damon said before the season started he was much better prepared than a year ago. Everything has gone wrong thus far, but now in round 2, everything is going right for him. Matasevich in that second spot. Everett's the surprise up there in third. The Americans haven't seen this kid. He's the 125 world champion. Kedrowski has moved around Ward in their 4th and 5th place race, and indeed, Jean-Michel Bale is all the way back in the back of the pack. The champion is going to have to pass the entire field here.
Give a call to Mike Kedrowski, rider number 3. He's come from inside of the top 10, but had to pass a couple of tough customers to get into that number 4 position. He's on the gas, and see what kind of momentum he has going for him.
The next guy in his sights is the newcomer to American Supercross, number 111, Stefan Everett. Although I'm not sure number 6, Jeff Ward, is ready to concede that position yet. His young teammate, Kedrowski, ready to take the torch from Ward, who will retire at the end of this season. He's 30 years old. In contrast, Damon Bradshaw, just 19. Jeff Matasevich, barely into his 20s. And here's the new kid from Europe, the 125 world champion, Stefan Everett. He looks like he's about 12.
Jeff Ward is riding like he's 12. Look at him go. He railed around the outside, tried to take the measure of his teammate Kedrowski. Came up a little bit short. Boy, he put everything into that effort.
That's a pretty good battle. That is 4th and 5th spot. They're right behind number 111, Everett. And what this means is the guys you expect to see up front, guys like Jeff Stanton, Mike LaRocco, the Orlando winner, and Jean-Michel Bale, the champ, are all stuck back in the traffic. And that is a reprise of what we saw a week ago in the series opener. Kedrowski, for the moment, has opened up a little interval over Jeff Ward. The difference between 12 and 30 is 12-year-olds can do that lap after lap. 30-year-old guys can only do it once in a while. And so, for the moment, Kedrowski is able to open up a little bit of an advantage. The surprise to me at this point, I think, is the European kid, because we haven't seen Everett before.
I would echo that 100%. You would think coming in here, and Ward almost loses it. He tried to go to the inside of Kedrowski, had to put one of the dabs or a foot down, and he almost dumped it. And now going to the inside, and Kedrowski's on his bike.
They're stuck together because Ward couldn't get by on the inside. I take it all back, Jeff. He kept the pressure on Kedrowski, never mind how old. Kedrowski made the bobble. Ward rammed him in the back, and they both got tangled up. Bradshaw, the leader from the get-go, but on the move is Jean-Michel Bale. Number 1 was dead last in the first corner. He just passed Sean Kalos and took over 9th spot. He passed 6 guys on the first lap.
He did that inside of about a half a lap, as a matter of fact. Bale is easily the fastest rider on the racetrack. The question would have to be, will his momentum carry him as far as Damon Bradshaw, who's holding down that number 1 position?
If you get to see the gap between Bradshaw and second place, I think you might conclude this race is already over. This is a one. Here it is right here. Bradshaw with this big interval over Matasevich, and Matasevich has got a pretty good advantage over Everett. Here's the battle. LaRocco is on the move. Number 7, Mike LaRocco, winner in Orlando, charging, and behind him a couple of spots is number 6, Ward. And remember, Ward, he got tangled up there with Kedrowski. These guys are running back at the tail end of the top 10, so they're a long way behind Damon Bradshaw. Right behind them and on the move. Whoa, on the move indeed. Jean-Michel Bale blast to the inside of Jeff Ward. And Jeff Stanton, we got just a glimpse, is right behind Jean-Michel Bale. They're far behind the leader, Damon Bradshaw. He is threatening to turn this into a blitz, a runaway, but Bale is the man on the move. He's working on Jones. He's up on the outside of the racetrack. Typically, Bale likes to pass on the bottom. Jones got nothing for him. Jean-Michel Bale on the charge. Now, Jeff Stanton is going to work on Jones. Stanton had been sitting there going nowhere. Now, all of a sudden, I think he's motivated.
It's like he was asleep until Jean-Michel Bale came along, and he says, hey, you know, I don't like to get beat by this guy anyhow, and now he just turned up the fire, and he's chasing Bale and going just as fast.
JMB will give you a wake-up call, all right, and he's certainly done that for Stanton. They're up about 6 now as we watch Bradshaw continue his charge out front. The beauty for Bradshaw is nobody to race with. We'll be back in a moment. We're back in Houston enjoying a Damon Bradshaw benefit here. The Astrodome Supercross has turned into a one-man show up front. There's an awful lot going on behind Damon, however. Mike LaRocco under pressure from Jean-Michel Bale, the series champion. This is the race for 5th. Bale has come from dead last. Behind them, Jeff Stanton running in 7th spot. Look at that huge leap before 40,000 fans. They leap right off into the sand trap, and LaRocco bobbled a little bit right there. His motorcycle hung up just a bit. Bale may try to seize that opportunity and put some additional pressure on LaRocco. Here is Guy Cooper, number 5. He is the 4th place man. He's had a good run here, but LaRocco, Bale, and Stanton are catching up with Guy Cooper. Will they push him forward, or will he fall into the clutches and fall victim to a pass? Well, that's all in Guy's hands. At age 29, he's looking for his very first Supercross victory.
And what a popular victory it would be, Dave, especially this close to his hometown in Oklahoma. Cooper is loved by everyone, including the competition. If he won here, it would bring the house down.
Well, Jeff Ward decided the big 3-0 was time to retire. I don't get the sense that Cooper, a year away from that point, is considering retirement.
Look at him. He has caught up now to the rear wheel of Everts, who is running in the number 3 position.
Here comes the freight train. LaRocco, Bale, and Stanton trying to run down the 4th place man, Guy Cooper, and indeed closing in just a little bit, while Bradshaw makes the runaway out front, and Matasevich sits solidly in 2nd. Here are the 2 men who battled last year for the championship. Jean-Michel Bale, number 1, and Jeff Stanton, number 2. Stanton got hurt. Bale took the crown. Stanton's back for revenge. This could be the matchup of the 1992 season. For the moment, Bale definitely having the better of it, but the questions continue about this guy. He wasn't motivated at all in the opener.
Well, he wasn't, but I want to go back and say that I'm not sure if it was a lack of motivation or a lack of training because of the injury that he suffered in Europe, Dave. And remember I said at the outset, school is still out. We'll find out about Jean-Michel Bale, what he's made of as the season progresses, and maybe after this event.
He's certainly been impressive here tonight with his charge through traffic, and now he is indeed at the rear wheel of LaRocco. So the Orlando winner is about to feel the heat from the series champion. Let's see if he's up for it. Let's make a point about the racetrack. Number 2, Jeff Stanton told a Cycle News reporter here he doesn't like the track. He thinks it's too easy, and the effect of that, oh, and there goes Bale. That's the shot. He saw the opening under LaRocco, dove underneath. He goes to 5th. Here are the 3rd and 4th place riders, Everts and Cooper. Give a call to number 111. His dad, the 4-time world champ, Harry Everts. This is Stefan Everts, who already has his first championship under his belt in the 125 class. Cooper, a former American national 125 champion. So this is a pretty good matchup. My question is whether Everts is going to follow the Jean-Michel Bale career path and make Supercross his future.
Time for one of those little-known facts. Rider number 111, that's the same number that Jean-Michel Bale carried his first year in competition in American Supercross. Difference being, I don't recall ever seeing Jean-Michel Bale run this close to the front.
Guarantee you one more thing. Guy Cooper doesn't care how many world championships Everts and his dad have won. He wants that spot from him and going after it right now. This is the race for 3rd and 4th. Cooper the man on the move. Everts the man under the pressure. Bradshaw already starting to show off a little bit out front. The stopwatch tells the story. He is pulling away at the rate of almost a second a lap. And that's phenomenal.
We're looking at something like a 12-second lead over Jeff Matasevich, who's not even in the picture. He's all alone in the number 2 position. A great battle raging for 3rd place.
Yeah, look who's coming here, too. Catching that battle for 3rd and 4th is Jean-Michel Bale. Here's a Cooper move. They are side by side. Into the sand pit they go, and Cooper pulls off the pass.
Hello, he said. Welcome to big-time Supercross. That was a Supercross Supercross move.
You bet. I don't care how many world championships you've got. Get out of my way. Here come the two Europeans. Everett's number 111. Bale, number 1. Bale is the series champ, and he's working on the Belgian kid here in the race for 4th. A lot of career similarities. Everett has won a 125 crowns. Bale won the 125 World Championship, then the 250 Championship, then came to America because he acknowledged that Supercross, this dude, was really the showcase of the most talented riders in the world, even though they call that European GP Series the World Championship. You see him looking back over his shoulder? That's unusual, but look what's behind him.
I can see why. There's a lot of good action back there, but I don't think he's race watching. He wants to make a pass to get out of the way of that thundering herd. And here he is moving up again to the rear wheel of Stefan Everett. What a race these guys are having.
Hey, it's a runaway up front, but it's an international dogfight from 3rd on back. We'll be back with more from the Astrodome after this. We're back in the Astrodome. ESPN Speed World covering the action of the Camel Supercross Series. Number 111, the Belgian Stefan Everett, trying to withstand the pressure of the Camel champion. Number 1, Jean-Michel Bale. Here's the move by Bale up to the outside. Nope, nothing there. Everett is impressing me tonight.
Extreme, but here comes right back to the inside. There's the guy that has to be the most impressive in the world, Jean-Michel Bale. He switched lines when Everett was looking over his right shoulder, went to Everett's left, and he just holds on. Oh, and we've got a confrontation there between Morocco and Everett. Here comes Jeff Stanton. Look at this. Stanton goes right by him. Holy cow. You get past once, and he was passed by 3 more, just like that.
That's exactly what happened, and he's shaking his hand. I think that contact may have hurt Everett a little bit. He's certainly now waving to the crowd there. He was sitting in 4th spot when the freight train caught him. It ran over him. First Bale, then Morocco, then Stanton. The leader is number 4. Damon Bradshaw got it all his way tonight. A picture-perfect evening. Got out front on the first lap, and he's just out there cruising, stretching at every lap. Doesn't have to worry about the traffic. Got a little roost there from a back marker. Had to duck his head. That's the biggest problem he's had all night. Second place battle. Cooper on the move. Look at that.
Cooper triple jump past Jeff Matasevich. Now, Jeff Matasevich, you recall, 1 week ago faded. And this time it's Cooper that's taking advantage of Matasevich as he slows his pace, as he just steamrolled into the number 2 position.
Cooper talked about that sand pit. He said, I don't like it very much. I'm going to try jumping over it.
he almost, if he'd have jumped any further, he'd have been up in row J.
Bradshaw has no concern about any of this whatsoever. He's glad the folks are getting their money's worth, but his intention is to take the winner's share of the purse out of here. He doesn't want to have to race anybody but the back marker. He'll be lapping traffic. And here now is the 3rd place man. Number 9, Matasevich, was 2nd. Cooper passed him, and now he'll be under pressure from Bale, who's very impressive tonight.
Yeah, we talked earlier about Matasevich's broken leg. This is what happened 1 week ago. Matasevich simply got tired. He's not in shape yet to take 20 laps of Supercross. It is tough, and it's taking its toll. It's happening here again tonight.
The other side of that is Matasevich has every bit of the speed that we saw before he broke the leg. He's happy about that.
Oh, definitely, and I think it's a matter of some training, and maybe he'll be running again with Damon Bradshaw, his longtime arch rival, who is way out in front now. Now we're watching the battle for the number 3 position, and there goes Bale to the inside. What a picture-perfect pass. Time and time again, he makes that kind of pass, making no contact. He's the only rider on the circuit that has the ability to do that.
Behind him, number 2, Jeff Stanton, trying to follow in his wake around Matasevich. Stanton doesn't like getting beat by his teammate Jean-Michel Bale, even when they're back there, in this case, racing for 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot. Stanton will make a move on Matasevich. Well, no, he didn't make a move on Matasevich. He's trying to set something up here. But again, Stanton has complained about the racetrack. He says it's too easy. He says there's nothing to separate fast guys and slow guys. Right now, 3 wide they go. He makes the pass, and Morocco comes right with him. Matasevich is just getting tired. He falls back. Stanton moves up to 4th. Morocco is now 5th. And Matasevich is falling all the way to 6th.
Show me a guy that wins a race, and I'll show you a guy who says it was the greatest racetrack in the world. Show me a guy that's not doing well, and he'll find all kinds of fault with the track.
Yeah, David Bradshaw's found all kinds of things to separate him from the rest of the traffic.
And Jean-Michel Bale coming from last. I'll tell you what, it's been great racing.
You bet, Larry. We'll be right back. Well, we're back for the coronation here. King for a night in the Houston Astrodome. Damon Bradshaw has had this race his way from the second corner. He is going to now come down and take the checkered flag, and a well-deserved checker it is. Had the flu all week, had a couple of bad starts early in the night. Last to the stand fifth for the final time, puts his foot down. We'll forgive him that. He may be starting to get a little bit tired, too. Hard work building up a full straightaway advantage over the likes of Guy Cooper, Jean-Michel Bale, and Jeff Stanton, who continue to run in the same order as when we left you. Here is the checkered flag, the ninth of the career for Damon Bradshaw. Had enough energy left to style a bit. Cooper takes his fifth runner-up finish. Tom Wendy's never won one of these things, but you got to feel like the time is coming. He's happy.
You bet he is.